iPhones are expensive. Almost priced me out of the market now. Computers, same thing. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? That's the question. Well, new iPhones came out last week. Handy Andy Baryer is here. He does tech reviews and has a handful of them. No, he doesn't get to keep them. Wow, that really is a handful too. They all look different.
Yeah.
Ryan O'Donnell is here too. Ryan's in Calgary. Andy is in Surrey, BC. I'm Shane Hewitt. I'm in Ottawa. So before we get to you, Andy, and all the smart stuff, Ryan, would you spend that much money on a brand new iPhone?
Honestly, no, not really. I love their computers. The MacBook is one of the coolest things.
This is amazing.
I've
oh my
ever
God.
gotten.
Remember a few years ago when
I said that
you were
never,
like, no
that's
way.
stupid. And then I got a MacBook and I went, wow, Microsoft is stupid. Safari and the Sequoia, this operating system is so much better. The thing is, I like my iPhone. I've got the 15, 16, I don't know, one of those. And it's great. Camera's good. Connective kind of fabric between the laptop and the headphones. Awesome. It does everything I need it to do. It's not exactly exciting, and I definitely don't really notice the upgrades. So I kind of just wait till the contract is up with my phone carrier, and I see how expensive it is to get the new one and go from there. But honestly, Apple hasn't really done anything phone-wise that I've been like, oh yeah, this is it. So no, I don't think I would spend all the money to get a new one.
That's interesting. You were against it at first because you were sort of anti-Apple, so that's a big
I was
step.
anti-Apple, and then I went into Apple so that I could use FaceTime when my partner and I were long distance, and I immediately got hooked on just the operating system and all that, and I'm definitely in it. I enjoy it a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in terms of the innovation in the actual phones, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of feeling like maybe just not the same sort of wow factor that I feel like a lot of the other brands are really bringing to the table.
Now, Handy Andy, a year ago, they were talking about Apple Intelligence inside the phones and all the things that were going to happen. It was coming by Christmas. And we questioned that, saying, are we sure this is actually happening? And not a lot came of it. Siri seemed to get stupid. And then nothing came of it. Now, again, another promise of amazing things, but this time you have tried the phones.
Yeah.
Are they all right?
Yeah, well, you know, the big thing about the phones, and there's three phones. There's the iPhone 17. They got the new model, the iPhone Air, which is the thinnest iPhone that they've ever made. And then they have the iPhone 17 Pro, which is more, I would say, geared towards videographers, content creators because of the three cameras that it has. The big difference that I noticed for all three of them, especially compared to the iPhone 16, is they have what's called the center stage front camera. And you were mentioning Apple Intelligence. What Apple Intelligence does in this case is if you're taking a selfie, you know, and you wanted to make it in a portrait or landscape orientation, Apple Intelligence will automatically do that. So for example, say I take a selfie and then you, Shane, come into the picture, it will widen out the frame to allow both of us. And then if Ryan comes in and says, I want to get in on this, you know, you don't have to have super long arms anymore because it will make the framing perfect for that. Another thing that Apple Intelligence did with the front camera is when you are recording a video with the front-facing camera, and I highly recommend people check this out because I recorded this. It's on my Instagram, Handy Andy Media, all one word. But I'm running with the phone, and I'm just like giving her, and the everything was completely stable. I couldn't believe it because when I'm running, I can see myself, and it's bouncing everywhere. But when I looked at the video footage, it was completely smooth. I was like really, really impressed. I don't understand how they were able to do that. And I went down this huge rabbit hole trying to figure it out. But essentially, the Apple Intelligence tries to keep you in frame. It understands where you are. And even if you're moving the camera around, it will kind of keep you in frame and keep a nice, smooth video, which was very, very impressive. I highly recommend people check that video out to see just how smooth it was when I'm running.
Some of us don't run.
Yes. Well, it was funny because I got tired because I was like, this is kind of weird running with one arm, you know, sticking out while you're holding the phone. But I was thinking of like that ultra marathoner, David Goggins, who's like really big on the internet. He likes to do like motivational quotes and stuff while he's running. He's got to get himself the iPhone 17.
Okay.
And then
that's interesting.
He can go on these ultra marathons and, you know, start talking to people.
But how can they say it's the thinnest iPhone ever when it's actually not? Because the phone itself is thin, but the cameras are still thick. Like it's still pretty thick where the cameras are.
Yeah.
And yet, so when you put a case on it, it's not going to be any thinner.
Well, it's called the camera plateau on the iPhone Air. And they really had to redesign the entire iPhone to be able to make it this thin. But I'm showing it to Shane right now on over the video chat, but essentially all the hardware of this phone is up in this plateau. So you have the camera, even the front-facing camera, the new A19 Pro chip, that is also in there, the microphones. So the rest of the phone on the back is just a battery and the front is just a screen. Now, Apple says you can get all-day battery life with it, but they did create this MagSafe charger that you can put onto the iPhone Air. So it's kind of like a modular. It's like, imagine you had a big battery and then you can just take the battery off. That's essentially what it is. But it is super thin, and they said it's the most durable iPhone, one of the most durable iPhones ever made. So it's scratch resistant. They even show me videos of drop tests, like what they do in the lab. They'll take these iPhones and they drop it on every surface you could possibly imagine to see how well it performs before they put it out onto the market. So you might even be able to like use this phone. I think the biggest flex these days, Shane, is when you have a luxury phone with no case. Because that just shows that I can afford if this breaks, I can afford it. That's the big flex these days.
Ryan, you put a case on yours to not drop yours. I mean, obviously, to me, it seems actually bigger, even though they say it's smaller. I think it's kind of reverse marketing. To me, it seems nuts.
So I actually think most cases are probably going to go concave, like they're going to fold in where around the plateau. So it's still going to probably be really thin. However, I do wonder about because a big part of the phone sticks out, is that going to be weird putting that in your pocket?
Yeah,
is it going to get caught on the ridge, or is it going to be now easier for it to fall out? I don't know. There
was some reports about overheating online on Reddit from the phones. Some people reporting that the temperature tests had their phones were operating at like 45 degrees in their pockets and stuff like that. Hey, did you find anything like that?
Well, the iPhone 17 Pro, that's the Pro version. That one does get hot, but they actually built a thermal cooling system inside there because that A19 Pro chip, when it starts working, it does generate a lot of heat. So they have like this new thermal cooling system. But I had noticed when I was filming, I could feel that it was getting warm, but it wasn't like outrageously warm. Another thing that they did with the front screen is they have a Pro display on there, and it gives 120 hertz, which gives you smooth scrolling. But also it works very well in direct sunlight. It has 3,000 nits of brightness. So even in direct sun, you can see it. And it's very adaptive. It adapts based upon the lighting. But yeah, it can get hot, especially if you have it outside in the sun. I was taking photos of it, and then I picked it up. I was like, whoa. I think the combination of the sun and using it outside, it got hot. But like I said, they did design a thermal cooling system. But I've seen those reports that you mentioned as well. Some people have noticed that it does get a little warm.
Well, it's telling if they're already putting a cooling system in it that something's not quite ready yet. The thing for me is that my iPhone 12, that is, it gets hot because I'm like, oh man, this thing is working so hard to get the stuff done I want to get done. So I was thinking maybe it's time for me to buy a new one. But I mean, if I'm just going to take my iPhone that gets hot because it's old to buy a new one because it gets hot because it's clocked so high, that doesn't seem productive to me. They come in all different price points. Some of them are pretty expensive. I mean, it's a computer in your pocket. It's pretty powerful.
Did you see that crossbody strap accessory that they announced?
No.
So basically, see, the problem is you have to always wear your phone, or you have to put your phone in your pocket. Now you can actually wear it. So I really like that. And again, it's on Instagram. You can check it out. I'm modeling it.
All right. So we've gone from the K-Way jacket carry to the fanny pack to the back to the old days with your dad's StarTAC clip on his hip. We've basically gone back in time with these phones. That's what it is. HandyAndyMedia.com. Connect with Andy. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thanks, Shane.
Shane Hewitt and The Night Shift. Get connected with everything that Andy's got going on. Pretty good stuff. All right, coming up next, some of the biggest stories of the day. Let's dive into in case you missed it.